Oh, yeah. All right, guys, I'll give you an update in a little bit. Dino Land, USA.
Well, now you can't break the contract. Up above you is the animal spotting guide. I'll be your animal spotting guide. If you have any questions, you can pass them up to the front of this truck, and I'll do my best to answer them. Over on the left, which actually makes him one of the tallest antelope species, and over on that right side, there's an okapi. Now, for the longest time, we were not sure what family the okapi was part of. We thought the okapi might be part of the zebra family because they have zebra-striped legs. It kind of looks like pants. But then we thought, maybe just maybe, they're part of the unicorn family because male okapi have ossicones. Of course, they're not part of the unicorn family or the zebra family. They're part of the Giraffidae family. In fact, they're the original giraffe species. I guess that means the okapi is not a copy then. Get it? Because it's the original? Yes. Thank you guys, I really appreciate it. Making me feel better. I'm looking around for some more antelope, maybe some bongos, or maybe even some rhinos. I'm not seeing anything though quite yet. Ooh, except up at the top of that hill, there's one saddle-billed stork. Now they have a yellow marking on their beak which resembles an Old English saddle. That appears to be a female. Females have yellow eyes, whereas the males have brown eyes. Typically, you'll find a male and a female saddle-billed stork together. They are mates for life. They're also known for not communicating with one another. But over on that left side, there we have 3 bongos, otherwise known as the ghosts of the forest. Yeah, we call them the ghosts of the forest because they are so rarely seen, hiding in the brush and thicket with their disruptive camouflage. But now, my friends, as we go poly-poly down this hill, I hear the sound of running water. And looks like, yep, we're near the Safi River. Now, I've been to the Safi River once or twice before. Here you might find some Nile hippopotamus, like, I thought there would be 2 on the right, but there weren't any. Or some pink-backed pelicans. Yeah, right over there, there's a pod of pink-backed pelicans. Now they get that name because during mating season their backs become a light shade of pink-red underneath their feathers. It kind of looks like they are blushing. And over on that left side, there's that bloat of hippos. Now, should you ever hear a bloat of hippos vocalize, that sound is called a wheeze honk. It's a low, billowing sound. And they can eat about 80 pounds of vegetation in just one day. Who here can eat 80 pounds of vegetables in one day? Nobody. What about 80 pounds of ice cream? A lot more people. Perfect. In fact, their jaw is so powerful that they can eat an entire watermelon in just one bite. Now, as we keep moving forward, friends, up ahead, this sign does say Hatari, which means caution. But this bridge looks perfectly stable. I see nothing to be worried about. It's not like there's any real-life Nile crocodile on the left side or anything. And even if there were a real-life Nile crocodile, they mainly have a diet of fish. Then again, they can and will eat anything in their way. So, it's a good thing we made it across that bridge safe and sound. How are y'all doing back there?
Good.
Good? Perfect! That's what I like to hear. Now, if you ever see a crocodile with its mouth open, they're not doing that to wait for food. They're actually doing that to cool off. They can decrease their body temperature by about 15 degrees. You see, unfortunately, they don't have any sweat glands like us humans do. But coming up on that right side, friends, we are passing by the one, the only, 1,000 years in the making. This is the baobab tree. Also known as the upside down tree, because for 9 months out of the year, that tree has no leaves on its branches, which kind of makes it look like it's upside down. Those branches look like roots. In fact, I reckon that tree is roughly 1,000 years old. You can tell how old a baobab tree is based on how large they are. They grow 1 inch in diameter every single year. And my friends, as we go poly down this hill, we've just made it to the savannah. Now, who here has been to the savannah once or twice before? Anybody? Nobody. Alright, well, it looks like I'm on my own now.
I had a doctor friend that went sometimes.
Came to the savannah?
Yeah.
I was hoping that somebody would be able to talk about the animals so I could take a break, but that's okay. Over on the right, there's one Ankoli cattle. Those horns are massive. They're roughly 6 feet from end to end and 3 feet each. They are fairly hollow on the inside, though. They have a honeycombed interior, which allows blood to rush up into their horns and then trickle back down into the animal to cool the animal off. It's kind of like a built-in form of air conditioning, which is really, really cool. And because of that, their horns are only 15 pounds. Now, another name for the Ankoli cattle is the Watusi cattle, named from the Watusi tribe here in Africa. Take a look over on that left side, see if you can find anything laying down. Looking around for some painted dogs. So far, I'm not seeing anything though, friends.
They got away.
Ooh, there they are. We're gonna be right behind this cave structure here. You can see 3 kind of laying down. They're almost blending in. Just make sure we're all staying seated. Thank you. I will say they are very, very cute, but they can stay cute over there because they're the most persistent predator on the savannah. They get their prey 90% of the time. Also on the left, there is one Hartman's mountain zebra, commonly found in the mountains of Africa, and behind, those are 4 sable antelope. Now those horns kind of lean back, and that prevents animals such as the painted dog from jumping on their back. It's a defense mechanism. Also on the left here, friends, well, that is not quite a confusion of wildebeest, but that's a group of wildebeest right there. We also call a group of wildebeest an implausibility. But wildebeest are known as another name, and that name is Gnu, spelled G-N-U, because of the low Gnu sound that they make when they talk to one another. And did you know that 1.5 million wildebeest will migrate across the savannah every single year to search for new places to graze?
That explains the scene in The Lion King.
It does. It sure does explain that scene. They actually have the largest migration of any animal here in Africa. It's so large it can be seen from outer space. Also on the right, well, there is one Maasai giraffe. That's the tallest animal on Earth. They're 18 to 20 feet tall, fully grown. Baby giraffe, when first born, are much smaller. They're only 6 feet tall.
Got a bite.
Which means that a baby Maasai giraffe, when first born, is still taller than most antelope species. And unfortunately me, and I don't know if I'll ever be able to get over that. But when a baby Maasai giraffe is born, they actually fall from their mothers down to the earth. They bump their head on the ground, which gives them their first breath, and it actually wakes them up. In just 1 hour, they can stand up and walk around.
Look at that.
And then in 1 day, they can run. Now, a group of giraffe is what we call a tower. But should a tower of giraffe migrate, we're going to call that a journey of giraffe.
Journey of the giraffe.
Alrighty, friends, I'm looking around for some more Maasai giraffe. I'm not seeing anything, but take a look over on that right side. You see those trees, those palm trees that are right over there? You'll notice that one of them is basically cut in half. I believe a giraffe did that. They spend most of their day eating. In fact, they only sleep 30 minutes a day, and that's in increments of 5 minutes. In fact, their tongues are so strong that they can wrap their tongue around a tree branch and pull it clean off. Now I am going to get very, very quiet because up ahead we are nearing elephant territory. And elephants can hear sounds up to 5 miles away, so I do not want to disturb them. And it looks like that one is currently flapping their ears. They're decreasing their body temperature. You see there's blood vessels on the back of their ears that decrease their body temperature by 15 degrees. Before we get over to those elephants though, take a look on that left side. There are 2 mandrills walking around. Oh, 3 actually. 4. Wow, we're learning to count here. They're one of the most colorful animal species in the world, both in color and in personality. Sometimes you'll find 2 mandrills smiling at one another. That's a wonderful sign of welcome. One of the only other animals to use smiling as a greeting. Other times you'll find the mandrill smiling at you. It's a good sign for you to turn around and walk the other way. That means they're not too happy. Now, I was going to take a right turn, but the road is closed, so I'm going to turn my microphone off. See if you can hear what these elephants are saying to us. Wow. Now that is inspirational. Did you guys hear what those elephants just said?
Silence.
Me too. Now friends, we have to take a slight detour, but you know what? Hakuna Matata means no worries, right? This bridge doesn't look too stable, but I think we'll be safe. So as we're going over this bridge, did you know that elephants actually stay with their mothers for 13 to 15 years? Yep, they have the 2nd longest childhood of any mammal. 2nd, of course, to the human, that's right. Now, the human will stay with its mother for 18 years, or I've been told forever once, so I thought maybe you guys would say that. Now on that right side, we are in the heart of elephant territory. These are the red clay pits. It looks like those are elephant tusk marks on the right. They eat that clay every single day. It's chock full of a nutrient known as sodium. It helps them grow big and strong from a measly 250 pounds to a whopping 6 tons. And a group of elephants we call a parade of elephants. Typically, the female elephants will leave the parade on their own accord around age 15, and then they'll return. The males, though, are typically kicked out of the parade because they become too rowdy.
There you go.
Now, my friends, over on that right side, we are passing by not 1, but 2 more baobab trees. Ooh. And another one. Ooh.
Did you know that Minecraft was supposed to add baobab trees?
Really?
Yeah, they haven't yet.
I haven't played that game in forever. Over on the right there we have some more wildebeests. That confusion of wildebeests. And on the left, well, those are more African elephants.
Look at that tree.
Now their trunks are filled with 40,000 muscles, which allows them to pick up food, pick up dirt and mud, and throw it on their back. They also use their trunk to communicate with other animals. Elephants also have an exceptional memory. They can remember people, places, and watering locations from years ago, and they'll return to them over time. I wish I had a memory like that. On that left side there, we have a flamboyance of greater flamingos. You can tell that they're the greater flamingos because they have a lighter shade of pink to their feathers, as opposed to other flamingo species which have a darker shade of pink, almost a reddish colorization. They get that pink colorization from the brine shrimp that they eat, which has a nutrient known as beta-carotene inside. And by a show of hands here, who knows why flamingos stand on 1 leg? Ooh, all the way in, I think, row 5 or 6. What is it? What was that? Somebody want to pass that up?
1 leg. The rest of the other.
For what?
The rest of the other leg.
Oh. I actually don't know. So that's why I was asking you guys. Yeah, nobody actually knows for sure. There's a few theories though that it helps them balance better, or it helps them cool off. But sleep has also come up. There's a bunch of theories floating around there. Now on that left side, we are passing by a crash of white rhinoceros. It looks like we have 3.
Rare.
But we've been pronouncing their names incorrectly this whole time. The proper pronunciation of the white rhinoceros is the white rhinoceros. That's a German word which means wide, in reference to their wide mouths, which you'll notice kind of are in a rectangular shape. They use their wide mouths to graze on the grass. On the left, we are passing by a female ostrich. Now you can tell it's a female because they have a lighter shade of gray to their feathers as opposed to the males, which have a dark shade of gray. And sitting up on top of that hill is my personal favorite animal laying down. That's a cheetah. The cheetah can go 0 to 60 in just 3 seconds. Quite often you'll see the ostrich and the cheetah racing. Typically the ostrich will win the race because even though they can't go 60 miles per hour, the cheetahs can only maintain their speed for 3 seconds. Looks like we have 2 more cheetahs up there looking straight at us. Their top speed is 72 miles per hour, which means we better get a move on. After all, they're one of the only predators to hunt during the day. That gives them a leg up on the competition, as most predators hunt at night. And friends, we made it past those cheetahs, we made it past those lions, and here we are at the Kopi Rocks. Now, of course, lions are typically found here at the Kopi Rocks. Let's see if we can find some. Oh, but first on the right, there's an ostrich following us. Not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. When the ostriches are running, though, they will open up their wings and puff out their feathers to gain aerodynamic speed and balance, so they can increase their speed. And over on that left side there, we have 2 female lions. Oh, yep, 2 female lions.
Signing on.
Now, of course, males have a mane, females do not, and the darker the male lion's mane, the older the male lion. They have an incredible night vision, though. They can see 6 times greater than us humans can in the darkness, and the females at night are the ones that go out and do the hunting. They'll roughly get their prey 30 to 40% of the time. They're not the best predators because they pounce on their prey, similar to a house cat pouncing on a toy. On that left side there we have a warthog. That's actually the largest burrowing animal, and of course it's a pig species. A pretty smart pig species, if I do say so myself. Yeah, that Swahili word Pumbaa means foolish, so it has nothing to do with them. The warthogs are able to create that entire system of interconnected burrows that they use to hide from the sun, to hide from insects, and of course to hide from predators. But sometimes, and the meerkats aren't too happy about this, they will steal the burrows from the meerkats. Now on that right side, there we have some ostrich eggs. Right there on the right, in the clearing. They're about 3 pounds each, and they're equivalent to 2 dozen chicken eggs. They're so durable that a human and a baby elephant could stand on top of them, and they will not break or crack. And who here remembers how heavy a baby elephant is?
1,200 pounds.
Did somebody say 250 pounds? I'm going to go with that. Yeah, baby elephants are 250 pounds. But friends, we have seen crocodiles, we've seen hippopotamus, we've seen cheetahs, and we saw some lions. But are you ready for the scariest part of the safari? Right on the left. We have goats. Yeah, Nigerian dwarf goats. They are terrifying. They eat the grass, the weeds, the shrubbery, practically anything they can get their little hands on. That will aid in their milk production, which is higher in protein and lower in fat compared to typical cow's milk. And they're also a very dominant species. You'll often find 2 Nigerian dwarf goats sparring with one another. They're doing that just to show dominance. I guess they want to find out who the true goat is. Sorry, that was also really bad. But friends, as we cross through those gates, our 2-week safari is unfortunately coming to a close. Aww. I I know, I had so much fun, it really flew by though. It felt like 20 minutes, and I could do it all over again. In fact, I probably will. But before we go our separate ways, friends, I want to share with you the story of a little animal that we didn't get to see on the reserve these last 2 weeks. That animal is the bontebok. Now he's this little mix between an antelope and a hartebeest. So he's kind of like a wildebeest, and he kind of looks like an antelope. He's a mixture. But the bontebok has less than 2,500 in existence today. There's less than 2,500 left in the world. That's unfortunately because in the early 1900s, only 17 were left in existence due to threats such as poaching. But that was until one farmer in Africa took note of the declining bontebok population, and he decided he wanted to save the species. So what that one farmer did was he put up a fence around the remaining 17 bontebok. And in doing so, he saved the species. He protected them at all costs. And because of his actions today, 2,500 bontebok exist all over the world on reserves, just like this one. Which goes to show how just one person can truly make a difference. And I believe you can be that one person. So my friends, what I encourage you to do when you head home is just take a look in your backyard. Just take a look and see what animals might need your help. Because if you can make a small difference at home, you're making a great difference all across the world.
Well, hello guys, it's legoshowtv here. You are looking at the largest Lego set currently right now for a retail price of $630. I am going to do my best to give you a tour of the Lego store once again. Well, hello guys, it's legoshowtv here. You are looking at the current largest Lego set to date. Bigger than Ninjago City Gardens. Bigger than the Daily Bugle. And also bigger than the Doctor Strange's Sanctum Sanctorum set. I am going to do my best to give you a tour real quick to end day 3 here at Walt Disney World. Here is the Lego City section. Here is the Creator section. This is the Marvel section. Of course. This is the Ninjago section. I got that one. This is the Avatar section. This is the Star Wars section. Well, hello guys, it's legoshowtv here. Once again, I am in the Real Fun Arcade. I'm going to give you a quick tour. This is the bus loading area for all-star movies. You can see right there, there is a bus of people getting off in Disney Springs, from Disney Springs. That's pretty cool. We have each of the areas here. We have the gift shop. It's pretty nice, Disney Springs. And yeah, we have the times. We get the Animal Kingdom and the rest of them. So I will see you guys later. All-Star Resort Bus. Magic Kingdom Bus. I guarantee you there's nobody on the bus. Okay, I was wrong. There are people on the bus. Here's how a bus unloads.
You need to learn the right way, not the wrong way. Well, guess what? That kid's gonna grow up and start running. Right way.
Here's how it unloads. Well, hello guys, it's legoshowtv here. This is the official end to day 3 of our trip here to Walt Disney World. I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye. Here's where I stayed last year.